Okay, so our last lesson in Joshua comes from chapter 7, and we're talking about the sin of Achan. And so Achan took some things that he was not supposed to take, and he hid them under his tent, inside of his tent, and that was against the will of God. And so our craft is going to show Achan's tent. So the things you will need for this craft are 2 pieces of paper. You will need something yellow. You can color it yellow to represent the bar of gold. You can use a small piece of paper or a piece of cloth to represent the robe from our story. And you can use just small little white pieces to represent the shekels that he took. I happen to have some hole punch pieces that Cooper threw all over my floor. And so you can use those if you have those laying around. Glue stick and scissors. So the first thing you're going to do is take your piece of paper and cut out the shape of a tent. I didn't use a template or anything. I just kind of did a generic shape of a tent. You can add a little bit of detail to it if you want to. Something kind of like that to look like a tent. And then you take that tent and you glue it to the top section of your paper. Okay, so make sure your paper is vertical. Your kids might call it hot dog, or just straight portrait style. Okay, glue your tent to the top. And then you're going to take it and fold it right at the bottom of the tent. Okay, take this side now and give it maybe a 1.5 to 2 inch lip and fold it down again. So now when I look at this, I have the ground and I have the tent, but I can raise it up. So inside of this is where we're going to store those things that Achan took without God's permission. And so we have our bar of gold. We're going to glue that under his tent. We have the robe and we have the shekels. So we'll glue all those underneath. And so, my glue's not wanting to stick. So now we can see the things that Achan had hidden under his tent. And so this is a craft that you can keep and think back to the story and talk with your family about what it means to do what God tells us to and what it looks like to disobey God. So here is your craft for Joshua chapter 7.